welcome back to another video. It is that time of the week again. It is time for OMG Mondays. So, today's OMG Monday is going to be all about confessions. So, I compiled a short list of some confessions people have put onto the subreddit True Off My Chest. And this subreddit is all about airing out your grievances, airing out everything, and giving confessions and stuff. I picked out some really crazy ones, so I think this is going to be the heaviest episode that I've ever done. So, strap in, and if you guys, if there's at any point that you feel like a certain topic is something you don't want to hear, you may leave. But for those who enjoy the mess and all that, I urge you guys to stay. Or you may stay, you may leave, whatever. But yeah, I have my water bottle and I have my stories. So let's get started. So first off, first story I have is titled, "My brother doesn't want a useless FAG around his kid." Yeah, there is going to be a lot of bad words and stuff. I will try to not use them as much, but if I have to, I will. But I will try not to. So, the story reads, so this happened not too long ago, but it's catching up with everybody. For some background, there is a 14-year age difference between my brother and I. I'm the oldest. I come from a relatively conservative group of people where we have the mentality of as long as we don't talk about obese life, it's all good. Starting off great. My brother and his girlfriend are having a kid. For the most part, everyone is happy. This is my mom's second grandchild, so she is extremely happy. This will be my first nephew. I have a niece from my sister. I'm not one of those people whose life revolves around their nieces or nephews. I deal with my own life as I need to. Don't get me wrong, I love my niece to death, but I don't have much of a relationship with her. Not long after the announcement of my brother's kid was made, we were having family dinner and talking about the baby, of course, and who would be babysitting. My mom, obviously. My sister was saying she owed my brother a lot of babysitting time from where her daughter was young. My mom said that most likely OP would be able to babysit as well from time to time. My brother said that wasn't necessary as he doesn't want a useless FAG taking care of his kid. The room went quiet and I kind of froze for a minute. To break the ice, I cracked the joke of, "Woohoo, I'm off the hook." Dinner was kind of quiet after that point. That is a funny joke. I really like that. But, yeah. The baby shower is approaching and I got a call from my brother's girlfriend mother saying that she didn't get to my RSVP and was wondering what I was bringing. I told her I wasn't coming and relayed the dinner conversation to her. She was kind of shocked, but also asked if it was a joke taken out of context. I told her that even if it was, I wasn't laughing. I thanked her for the consideration, but told her I wouldn't be attending. This got back to my mom almost immediately and then to my brother and caused a huge fight. Here's the thing. This is what I grew up with. My brother has always been horrible to me, even growing up. He tried to get me arrested by accusing me of child abuse, tried to blackmail me on more than one occasion, has called me some pretty horrible gay slurs. The list goes on. I think had I told his girlfriend's mom all this, that she would have see that it wasn't a joke, just regular daily life. I laugh about it now. At some point where they will need me to babysit, I won't be around or can say no. Yeah, that is just a really terrible thing to be in. Like, I am thankful that like a large majority of my family is very accepting of me, even though I've never said it out loud to a lot of my family where I live. Like, I've told like a lot of family, like when I used to live when I lived like at college, but to a lot of my family down here, I've never like outspokenly said like, oh, I'm queer or pansexual or whatever. I have talked to one cousin about it and my siblings and my mom, but I haven't had like a big like coming out thing where I tell the whole family. It's just like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay and all that. But I think just from the makeup and my mannerisms, I think they kind of like got the message. But it's just that I've never really talked about it. But yeah, this is probably like a lot of situations for a lot of people who live in conservative families and who are queer. It's just it's a really tough spot, and I would say, yeah, I would consider maybe cutting off your family or like lowering contact with your family if your family doesn't at least try to be nicer to you. Like, especially in this day and age, a lot of conservative people don't really change. And like, yeah, there are like people who do accept it, but it's just like, if your family has done this for like, even like your brother is younger than you. I was, when he said the age gap, I was thinking, oh, he's younger and the brother is older. But no, the brother is younger and the OP is older. And I am just like, if you've lived this entire life, your entire life like this, like, I feel so bad for you, and I feel like you should kind of cut contact with them. Like, if it's just always like this, like, I understand maybe you have a pretty close connection to your family, but I feel like maybe leaving that environment will be really helpful, or having a really good conversation with them. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Oh, and there's a couple comments from the OP, and I will read those off to you now. This one says, I'm low contact with my siblings. Our mom is battling cancer and a bunch of other serious health problems. I'm the one managing all of it. I try to let my mom be the communication, but there are times I have to reach out to them. I don't talk to them unless it's absolutely necessary. I get jealous of people who have great relationships with their siblings, even their parents. I'm not that lucky. And then there was another commenter that said, Dear, there is a way you can get away from this situation at some time. I am sorry. Your brother is even dog poop, chicken poop. I clean it daily. This is what he is. I am sorry for his child. I haven't had any contact with anyone since I told the girlfriend's mother what was said. That alone caused a lot of issues. But in all honesty, I'm slowly backing out of their lives. I really only talk to my mom twice a week unless something is serious is wrong. But again, she is pretty peeved off because I told the girlfriend's mom what was said. Maybe that was what I needed to do. Yeah. What I'm thinking is, like, this family is probably one of those families. So there is this movie and play called The Lorraine Project, where in Wyoming there was Matthew Shepard's trigger warning if you don't want to hear about this, but someone got unalived his name was Matthew Shepard in Laramie, Wyoming. And there was this whole thing about like, oh, we like tolerate. By tolerate, they mean they just don't talk about it, and they victim blame a lot. And it's just like a lot of people. It's just like you don't say anything. It's just kind of like this person is basically the black sheep of the family, and it's just dealing with it. Like especially like I would say like I know a couple of queer family members who have became kind of the black sheep of the family, where like my grandmother, who is really religious, she has said some pretty terrible things to my queer cousins, and they have kind of like, they haven't estranged themselves. Well, one of them basically have, and they don't really come around unless like it's like a big event for someone. But there was another one that comes around the family events, but she only enjoys one, like to hang out with my family out of all the other families that live close to me. And it's just a lot of stuff, like, and like no one talks, like when I hear about it, no one talks about it. It's just really weird. I'm happy I have good relationships with like a lot of my family members, but it sucks having to deal with this. Okay, there is one last comment I'm going to read, and then we'll move on to the next story. Older Gen Xer, just being honest, but not a know-it-all, and hope I don't come across like that. We can never get time back. I mean, everyone reading this could get $1 million, and it won't replace one single day. I would strongly suggest you value your time by being around people who value you. Second, looking back, I regret a lot more things I didn't say or do. I'm glad you declined the invitation. I am sorry it caused you stress. Why go somewhere you aren't appreciated? Why? To make people who don't appreciate you feel better. Forget that. It seems you have tried to keep the peace and have gotten nothing but hurt. You deserve better. I sure hope. Hoping you keep on the path of finding happiness and people who value you. Very well said. Like, you have to, like RuPaul has said before, like, you have to make, in a world as queer people, we have to make our own family. If our like real, like not real family, but our birth family doesn't appreciate you, you have to find the family somewhere else. And if the family that you live with now is not appreciating you, you have to get out of there. And like, obviously this person is basically close to that in like context, like none of their siblings. So yeah, very well said. Thank you, commenter. Alright, next one. Alright, there are two really crazy ones. I think I'm gonna do this one. So, here is the title. Found out today that after 28 years, I'm completely disposable. So, the story reads, I have been with my husband since 1995, or was with him since 1995. Ew. Going on 29 years, my entire life has been wasted. I just found out that my husband, who I loved, the one I had to get over a ridiculous amount of deep-seated childhood trauma in order to trust, it was pointless. For a week, I kept getting this sick feeling if something was telling me to check his phone. I didn't do that, so I ignored it, and that urge, whatever it was, kept getting stronger, and so I finally did it. It physically made me sick. I never felt so effing worthless, disposable, unloved in my life. I really think I would feel better if he'd actually been meeting someone and having an old-fashioned cheap affair. He has been catfished for about the last month. It took 3 seconds in a first image search to find 14 more profiles on every platform, including some online escort sites. The sweet, caring, and loving messages he sent her That's what I wanted more than anything. I've been trying so dang hard to get more laid back. I'm a type A with an anxiety disorder. So, to be more supportive, less critical, and more patient, I even told him. I know it can be I can be short and pushy sometimes, but I'm making a conscious effort to be less stressed and cause less stress. He knows my trauma came from not so much beatings as a child, but the mind games my father would play. Oh, sorry, my computer messed up. Alright. I even told him, I know I can be short and pushy sometimes, but I'm making a conscious effort to be less stressed and cause less stress. He accepted my apology. I've been doing as I promised, but now I know. I don't know why. What was the point? He knows my trauma came from not so favorites. Was not much the beatings as a kid, but the mind games my father would play while kicking my butt. One of his favorites was nobody loves you. They never have. They never will. You'll grow up one day, and even your husband will figure out he could have done better. I don't like going into detail about everything from back then, but that I explained clearly and told him I couldn't handle being made to feel like my father had been right. I told him, if you want to step out, man up, tell me what's going on. I could handle that. It would hurt. But it would be better than being blindsided with the realization that my father had been right. He told me he wouldn't do that, even though, if even he thought about it, he'd leave me force. He didn't do that. My love language has always been small trinkets. I'm happy with a card, just a little something that says, I was thinking about you when I saw this, that little thing once more or twice a month, and I beat over the moon. It's been a few months now, and I've gotten one, but I saw where he transferred the catfish $545 since July 26th. He's got the sweetest messages, just to reply, okay, love you. So he sends more money. I would have killed to be talked to that way, and it keeps piling it on her and getting nothing back. He's convinced he's going to leave our life in the southeast U.S. to go live with her in the upper northeast. He never met her or him. Whatever. I was speechless. In 45 years, I had never been speechless until earlier tonight. I don't like the feeling. Why am I not good enough? I tried and be a friend I'd want. I try to help as many people as I can, because I know the feeling of not having help and feeling abandoned. I can do that to anyone. I'm not a saint, or perfect by any means, but I couldn't do that to anyone, especially him. I feel so dumb. He did exactly what he promised not to do. I feel like everything was sucked out of my chest cavity the second that all the air left the room. What the F did I do? That this is my punishment. My life has been wasted. I even messaged her and asked, did she know about me? I felt that I needed to know that. She did. She said it didn't matter though, because it was just money. No feelings were involved. Mine were though. I always thought I'd rather have a bad day with him than a great day with someone else. I guess he did not concur at all. I know it sounds insane, but I feel like I would have rather had my butt beaten than this. I was tossed like garbage for nothing at all. He proved my father right all these years later. I could have went my entire life without admitting he was right. I just wanted to vent. I don't know what to do from here. I apologize in my advance for the spelling and grammatical errors I'm sure Blake disposed. I couldn't go back and proofread. I'm afraid I'll lose it. I'll be blubbering idiot while he's in the house. I can't do that right now. I don't have anyone to talk to be able to wrap my head around this. My entire life has been wasted. I did it all for me. all for nothing. It was a lie, and I was so dang stupid. I never even suspected anything. Thanks for letting me whine. I don't feel better, but I'm over the first hurdle of letting someone know. I hope you all have happy days. If someone loves you, hug them tight. Gosh, Jesus. So, this is really, really sad because this person, like, leaned on this other person that they loved and thought they could count on to not prove their abusive father right. But unfortunately, this garbage human being decided to cheat on his own wife, going behind her back. And even the escort was like, yeah, it was for the money, but there was no feelings behind it. But like, there are feelings behind it. Maybe not yours, but it was someone else's. And this reminds me of, there's this TikToker that calls herself the Combat Gel Lady, and she was talking about this really specific hyper like scenario where it's like, my worst fear is to someone that I've been married and been together for so many years, and for them to leave me for some person that's prettier, younger than me. And for me, like, she was talking about like, oh, I'll never, like, even in a long-term relationship, I will never be financially, like, dependent on someone else. And this feels like it kind of mirrors that a little bit. It's this whole crazy thing, and I feel like this woman has been through so much, and the one person that she thought she could rely and be a shoulder to cry on, literally did a heinous act against her. It's just like, I never understand cheating. Like, especially now, a lot of people don't look at relationships for the long term. Like, a lot of people see a relationship only working for maybe like a couple years, because there's this whole thing about like, oh, like, you only want people young, or like in a couple like years from now you won't find you attractive. So that's why a lot of like men especially want younger women, and it's just like, it's disgusting doing this, especially for someone that you've been together for 20, over almost 3 decades, almost like more than half a century. It's just deplorable. But yeah, I don't really have much I can say in the words of advice, but just like, I hope OP finds out or confronts this man, because this man is just the down scum of the earth. So yeah, sorry I wasn't able to get the 2 today. I have one more, so maybe I'll do a confessions part 2 next week. But for right now, I'm done with this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow the Instagram down in the doobly-doo. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a nice and safe day.